Right, good evening and welcome to my weekly 10 show and your key to success. And it's the first time it's being streamed live to LinkedIn as well as Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching on LinkedIn, welcome to my show. It's the 105th episode tonight. And tonight I'm going to be sharing with you a secret that we can all use to help us create amazing results with our life, basically. So before I actually do that, though, what I want to do is highlight what I actually do for those who don't know me and who have never seen my show before or heard anything about me or followed me or anything like that. I'll just adjust my camera a little bit there. Okay, so I work one-to-one with people to help them over a period of time to create the life that they truly desire. Okay, furthermore, with a book out later this year called To Hell and Back and Then Some, which sort of highlights my journey from when I was convicted for something I hadn't done and given a prison sentence, a life sentence in prison with no release date, to where I am now as a professional coach and everything in between that, before that, and so on. And it's also a journey for everybody else, because it's all of our story, really, because we're all going through some sort of transformation in life at any given time. And what my book sort of highlights is how we can use our circumstances in life to create what we want. So that's going to be out soon, To Hell and Back and Then Some. So keep in touch, and you can subscribe to my mailing list if you want to get a copy of that, because when that does come out, hopefully it's going to come out in the summer. Anyone on my mailing list is going to get an advanced signed copy, so it might be worth you signing up for that. So, but yes, I also do seminars, speaking arrangements, and workshops. Currently, I'm working with a lot of prisons, businesses. I'm doing a talk at Birmingham University soon, and I'm also working with the Ministry of Justice, helping them and doing a workshop with them as well. So there's a lot of different areas that I work in, and my current keynote talk called Life in a Container, it cannot fail to inspire you, because really what it does, it focuses on how we can turn our problems into opportunities. And it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, whether you're in prison, whether you're in business, or whatever it may be, this works for you. So that's me, that's what I do. And what I'm going to talk about tonight is the key to success. What is your key to success, and what is it that helps us create genuine and sustainable results in life? That's the question. What is it? And the answer is doing things that work consistently over a period of time. Every single one of us will be struggling in one area or another, in one element of our life or another. And if you truly wish to be at your best consistently and be at your most productive and most successful in life, however which way you want to define success, because everybody defines success in different ways. It's not necessarily about monetary. It could be just being totally fulfilled in all areas of your life. So if you want to be your most productive and successful in life, then it pays to become much more aware of which areas of your life are draining you. You know, whether it be through stress at work, lack of work-life balance, lack of confidence, ill health, mental or emotional struggles, which we all go through. There will always be an area in our lives which we can improve on. And if we're not aware of these areas which are draining us, then we're never truly going to be at our full potential. We're never going to be performing at our true potential. In fact, we all have 6 core areas in our lives which influence how we show up at any given moment in our lives. And it doesn't mean if it's work, home, wherever it may be. And these areas are mental, emotional, physical, social, spiritual, and environmental influence. And when I say spiritual, by the way, I don't mean religion as such. I'm talking about our morals, our values, those sort of things. If they're not in alignment with what we truly believe, that can affect us and so on. So that's what I mean when I say spiritual. So it may be a relationship isn't to your liking in some way. It might be a work relationship, it might be a personal relationship, or whatever. And if that's not fulfilling you in some way, that'll affect you, and it'll affect how you show up generally across the board, mentally, emotionally, and all the other 5 areas I just mentioned there. Likewise, if you're physically not well, if your physical health isn't where it should be or you want it to be, your general well-being is going to be lacking. So your mental and emotional well-being will also suffer as a result of your physical well-being not being where you want it to be. So if just one of these core areas isn't where it should be for you, isn't optimal, then it affects and drains all of them. And that means you're never going to be performing at your true potential. You're never going to be at your most productive. So it's important to be aware of what areas and what influences are affecting you most and what we can do about that in order to be at our most productive. So by focusing on each individual area, it gives us the ability to firstly become aware of that and obviously then address whatever it may be within that area so that we can actually start performing consistently at a good level and a more optimal level for us. So how do we create that balance? How do we can create that balance in all of these different core areas so that we are always at our most productive and we're performing at a level which is creating the success in our lives that we really want? You know, because most of us go through life never truly performing at our full potential. We settle for things in life. We accept that we're never going to be achieving the goals and the dreams that we truly want. And we just get on with that. And it's not necessarily, well, it isn't the case. We can achieve what we want with our lives with the right balance, with the right mental attitude and emotional attitude, physical attitude, social attitude, and all of these areas. So if we get that balance right between all of these different core areas, then we give ourselves the ability to actually create what we want with our lives and start creating things, you know, that we never believed would be possible up until that point. So it's very important to be able to understand what areas are influencing us and how they are affecting us and what drains are going on for us in each of these different areas so that we can do something about it. So firstly, we have to become aware, you know, and if you're not aware of what's affecting you in each of these different areas, we're just going to amble through life not really knowing why we're not at our best and what we can do to be at our best, and close our minds off to any potential, you know, remedies or, you know, strategies that we can use to get out of certain ruts and start creating the things that we truly want with our lives. So we just get stuck and we stay there and we don't move forward and we just blame other things, blame our circumstances, blame whatever it may be for us never creating the life that we truly want, when really it's down to us and we can create what we want with our lives. As my story shows, really, this is what the book is about. You know, I created what I wanted from my circumstances and got myself out of prison with the right mental attitude. And that lit everything I started believing, started performing at my best instead of focusing outwardly at my circumstances and feeling like a victim and blaming the world for my situation. I took responsibility for it and I worked hard every single day to be the best version I could. And eventually it paid off. And this is what this is all about. It's about learning how you can create whatever you want with your life by being the best version of yourself consistently. So by firstly becoming aware of these core areas that I've got up on the picture there and how they influence you in every area of your life. Like I said before, they all play into each other, they're all interconnected. So if one area is not fulfilling you, none of them will be. So secondly, once we've identified that, we can identify the specific area which is draining us in some way. And it might be mental, it might be spiritual, but whatever it is, there's going to be a drain somewhere which is going to drain the energy across the board. And then it's a case of putting strategies and techniques into place which work for you so that you can fix the drain and increase the energy in any given area so that across the board, your level of energy is optimal for you so that you're always at your best performing, being at your most productive. Once you've identified that, once you know exactly where the drains are and you've put the techniques and the strategies into place and you can start working on that, it's all about consistency. Consistency in doing the things that work for you. And that is the secret to success. It's consistency, learning what areas you need to work on and improve, and then doing it consistently over a period of time. Everything changes when you do the work. You have to know what work you have to do first, But when you know that and you work on it consistently over a long period of time, eventually it'll pay off. And that, again, that's evident in my own personal story, but it's also evident in my own life outside of prison. I started my business. It wasn't easy at first. I started during COVID. I stuck with it even through the dark times, and I'm still working and I'm doing really well now because it's about consistency. You know, it would have been easy to throw the towel in when things weren't going well, but you choose not to, because you know if you do the right things, if you identify where the drains are, if you keep moving in the right direction and fixing those drains as you go, and they'll always be there. You can't ever be the perfect product, but it's being aware of where they are and what you can do about it to fix those drains when they occur and be at your most productive consistently, and in working on that. So this is all about consistency. That's what it is. Consistently doing the things that we know that work for us. We create a structure, a routine, balance in every area of these 6 core areas. So all of these different areas in our lives are optimal. And when we stick to it every single day, doing the work, adapting and changing as we go, removing things that no longer work for us, people, situations that drain us, simply focusing each day on how we can be at our most productive in all of those 6 core areas in our life. Now, that's not an easy thing for anyone to do. You know, if it was that easy, we'd read a book, we'd click our fingers, and then we'd do it, and everything would just fall into place. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. You know, it takes work, and it's hard to be aware of your thinking all the time, to be aware of what's draining you all the time, and to be on top of all of that. So, you know, I'll give you an example. If someone joins a gym, they hire a personal trainer. Now, why do they hire a personal trainer? A trainer will help you identify what you need to work on, firstly. You know, then they create a plan of action for you to work to. And then they help you implement that plan of action consistently over a period of time. You don't get results instantly when you go to the gym. It takes time. You build that over a period of time. So the trainer will challenge you. They'll hold you accountable to do this work needed every single week or day or whenever it is you're going. And eventually, over a period of time, you start to see the results as you do the work. It starts materializing bit by bit. And this is exactly the same as the mindset. It's exactly as same as, you know, building a strong mindset is exactly the same as building a strong physical body. You know, I do exactly the same as a personal trainer does. The only difference is I don't just focus on the physical side of things. I focus on every area of our life, all areas of our life. So that with me, you focus on consistently working on every area holistically, all those 6 core areas that I've mentioned, so that you're always able to be at your most productive and achieving the results that you really want to be achieving out of your life. And that's ultimately how we create the success in our lives. So if you want the real key to success and you want to learn how to create success in your life, then I would urge you, if not me, someone else, hire a coach, get someone to help you, because it's important to identify which areas you need to work on. It's important to put into the strategies and the techniques and the plans in place for you to follow. And it's important that you have someone helping you, challenging you, keeping you accountable to do that work consistently over a period of time. And if you do that, then you'll start achieving the things that you truly want out of your life. And I hope that's given some people some insight into how I work, what I do to help people actually achieve the goals that they want in their lives, and how this works for you, because anyone can do this. Anyone can become successful in their lives with the right work, with the right way of doing it, with the right strategies and techniques. If you're just reading a book and hoping for the best, then you won't be successful. But if you've got someone who helps you identify all these different drains in your area, in your life, and fix them and work upon the things that work, then you're going to be productive. You're going to be successful. So I hope that's helped. And if you're interested in following me and you haven't followed me before and you're watching this for the first time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check out my client interviews, which I've done previously, to get a better insight into the sort of work that I've done in the past with people, or currently doing with people, and to see how it's worked for them. So it gives you an insight as well. So have a happy new year, and I hope that you get everything that you truly desire out of the new year. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next week when I will have another client on doing another client interview, the third in a trilogy. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So keep an eye out for that, and I will see you next week. See you soon. Bye.